So here I am again with my MANCAVE videos, and it's a MANCAVE review today, and you recognise a MANCAVE video because I'll be wearing my extra strong reading glasses and I'll be in my MANCAVE, as I like to call it. I've got my notes over here and some reference material over here for me to look at, so if I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at that. So what do I have for my MANCAVE review? I have in-ear monitors, and I've just got them in a little bit of a tangle here. And I try not to brush them against the microphone, but if it happens, it happens. There we go, in-ear monitors. And I'll show you some better pics of these as what we YouTubers like to call B-roll. B-roll. There we go. This is the Simgot Audio EM6L. Simgot. Funny name there. Perhaps it should be Simgot. How about that? Simgot. I prefer that. And they're from China, as you might have guessed. So there's no link. I'm just going to tell you about this. There's no link to the Simgot website in the description, and I seem to find myself reviewing the website as well as the item, because the website is HTTP, not HTTPS, which means it's insecure. So if you're on public Wi-Fi, this means that some evil person, a criminal or just some meddler, can do what's called a man-in-the-middle attack and get between your computer or device and the website that you want to look at. And they're in the middle of that, and they can show you whatever they want. They can change that website completely. So this is a really bad thing. Google doesn't like it. YouTube doesn't like it, so I'm not going to put that link in the description. And also, there is the other thing, that the Simgot website doesn't seem to work very well. I'll show you some pics of this. So on my computer, most of it is just off the screen, which isn't a great help. And on my phone, it's coming to me in Chinese, which isn't a great deal of help to me. I'm sure Chinese people like it just fine, but it doesn't work for me. So the alternative I've got is linsol.com, which seems to be a distributor of various types of Chinese equipment, including the Simgot product. And their information on this product is good, so there's no problem with that. So that's down in the description. So where do we start? Let's start with, I know this is crass, an unboxing. I wouldn't have done this, but for the last product that I reviewed, I said I wasn't going to do an unboxing, and I said it was crass, which I think it is. It's a stupid concept. It's a stupid idea. Whoever thought of it? But then someone in the comments said they wanted me to do one, and suddenly I found it's a lot more difficult than I thought. Anyway, let's watch the unboxing, and it's speeded up. And I'm just going to watch it myself with you while it goes through. You've got 25 seconds and 24 frames of video. Here we go. And there it is. That's the product pic at the end of it, the hero shot, as I think people like to call it. So that's it. If you want me to do more unboxings, then you're going to have to let me know, because just left to my own devices, I probably won't. So the Simgot Audio EM6L in-ear monitor. These are not earbuds. So all you hi-fi enthusiasts and music enthusiasts out there probably have earbuds or aspire to own a pair of earbuds. They can be rather pricey these days. But these are in-ear monitors, and they are intended for professional use. So typically where you'd use them, if you're a band playing on stage, in the olden days you would have loudspeaker cabinet monitors down by your feet, and you must have seen these. And each musician would have to have their own monitors, and then there'd be side fills as well. And I've played on stage with this kind of monitoring, and sometimes it can be just so loud on the stage, and you still can't hear a damn thing. The sound is so confused. So in-ear monitors, they're an absolute godsend for that kind of thing. I've never played live with in-ear monitors, and I don't know that I ever will, but I've got my own personal use for in-ear monitors, which is a deep, dark secret from this channel, but I assure you that I do use them myself. Anyway, The Simgot Audio EM6L, the presentation is very good. I can't fault the packaging, certainly can't fault the packaging. And just looking at it now, just down here, it really does look very nice. I could possibly, personally, have preferred it to look a little bit more plain. But that isn't going to win any awards, is it? So it does look nice. It looks like a very high quality product. And where are we? It's got some features. So I'm paraphrasing, looking at my notes from information given to me, and it has surging 8mm high frequency special polymer diaphragm strong magnetic circuit, double chamber dynamic coil, I think that's all one phrase there, for the medium and low frequencies, 2 groups of dynamic iron for the medium and high frequencies respectively, and it is tuned to the H-2019 target curve. Sorry, I'm going to cough and I'm going to edit it out. So I was trying not to do any editing in my MANCAVE videos, but that again has proved more difficult than I thought, and I do have a bit of a frog in my throat at the moment. I've recycled that bottle several times, so don't worry about that. So if I'm going to investigate in-ear monitors, what do I want to know? And considering that I've got a pair of in-ear monitors already, which I shall come to. But what do I want to know? And I've made a note of all of this. Well, firstly, it's going to be the audio quality, isn't it? The thing about this is that if you're using earbuds, you want the best audio quality for enjoyment purposes. That's the only purpose of earbuds, is to enjoy the music or whatever you're listening to. Whereas in-ear monitors, they've got a job to perform. So in a sense, it doesn't matter that much what they sound like. It would be nice if they sounded good, but all they've got to do is just do the job. So you need in-ear monitoring, and it needs to work. So audio quality is an issue. Fit and comfort. This is essential. Personally, I've never found earbuds comfortable, and I think it's down to my ears. So obviously, there's so many people use them. In concept, they must be absolutely fine, but I haven't yet found a pair that are comfortable. I had those, I've forgotten the name of them now, but the over-the-ear versions that don't stick into your ear canal, and they were comfortable, and the sound quality was okay for what it was. It was a lot better than I expected. But in-ear monitors, they do have to fit into your ear. So fit and comfort is something that's going to be important, if not essential. You know, if you're doing a job, you sometimes have to endure a bit of discomfort. So it doesn't have to be perfectly comfortable, but that would be nice to have. One thing that you do need is you don't want them to fall out. So they need to be secure in your ears, and you can leap about on stage, do whatever you like, and you're not going to risk them falling out. Another good thing for on-stage use, it doesn't matter for what I use in-ear monitors for, but the exclusion of external sounds. So they don't necessarily have to be noise cancelling, but when you've got them stuck into your ears, you want them to be certainly attenuating the sound that's out there outside. There's going to be cost involved, so don't expect these things to be cheap. You're not just buying them for a £5 off eBay or something like that. And when I mention cost, we have to bear in mind that you can buy such things as custom-fitted in-ear monitors. So you have them moulded to your own ears. And I've never tried them. Well, can't afford them. But I imagine that must be very good indeed. But you're looking at £1,000, $1,000 plus for that kind of quality. You might get it a bit cheaper, but it is going to be costly to do that because you've got to pay somebody to do the work. So these kind of in-ear monitors, where they're not custom, they're cheaper, and that makes them more practical for a lot of people. Now, what am I comparing them with? I'm comparing them with my own existing in-ear monitors, which are the Mackie, let's try to get them central on the camera, the Mackie MP240. And they might look a little bit funny to you because they haven't got the, what's it called? The earbud tip. They haven't got the earbud tips on, or the ear tips, as some people like to call them. I think I like to call them ear tips as well. And the reason for that I will come on to. But this, the Mackie MP240, it was kind of like a leap in the dark because I knew that I wanted in-ear monitors. I've been using earbuds previously and that wasn't satisfactory. So I thought, well, I'm just going to have to put the money up and hope that they work out. And I'm going to say they did. They do work out. They cost me, I can't remember what they cost me, but today I looked on Amazon and they're 179 Great British pounds. I don't think I paid as much as that. So that's quite an outlay of money for a shot in the dark if they don't work. I don't think you can return stuff that's been stuck in your ear. I don't know about that anyway. So I'm comparing it with that. And these are around about the mid-range of the Mackie products. They've got several in-ear monitor products, so you could play a bit less, quite a bit less, and you can pay quite a bit more. So I'm somewhere in the middle of that. Okay, so let me just complain about something. Someone came to one of my videos on my channel, and they left a comment saying they were expecting a grumpy old man. And it turned out that they thought I wasn't as grumpy as I expected. But what I can get grumpy about, and other grumpy old men and old ladies as well probably, will get grumpy about, is how do you identify left and right? Oh, it's easy. It's got a little... I can't read it. I can't read the damn thing. It's got L on one side and R on the other. But even with the glasses I've got on, I cannot be sure whether that's left or right. I have to take my glasses off and then I can see whether it's left or right. And the same applies to the Simgot. The L and R are a little bit larger. But why can't we just have a coloured spot on it like ships do? Coloured lights. I don't want a coloured light, just a coloured spot would do. So according to the normal convention, left is red and right is green. That's all that we need, and it wouldn't matter how bad my close-up vision is. I'd be able to tell which is which. And I could tell you, if I added up all the time I've wasted putting my glasses on, taking them off, putting them on, taking them off over the course of a year, it's going to be 10 minutes. I'm just being grumpy. So, coming back to the Simgot, these things do tangle easily, so I can understand why people do have Bluetooth earbuds if that's all they want. They're a little bit harder to fit than the Mackie, I would say. This is my review now, so I'm just saying my opinions. And they are my opinions. It's just what I personally think. So you might think something completely different about them. So just bear that in mind. I'm not writing the Bible or anything like that. I found these harder to fit than the Mackie into my ears, and people do find that in-ear monitors can be a little bit tricky to fit. But the thing is that I found the Mackies hard to fit at first, and with practice over time, it just becomes more natural and to get a good fit as well, because you want to get them seated very nicely inside your ear because the seal has to be good. So that's not a thing. But as in-ear monitors, they're getting more tangled the more I use them. This bit here on the Mackie is quite stiff, and that's the bit that goes over your ear. I'm guessing that's the left. So it would fit like that. That's quite stiff on the Mackie, but on the Simgot, I can just see that that's the right. On the Simgot, that part is a little bit more flexible, and I find that tiny bit trickier just to get into place. But then, with practice, I'm sure it will be just as easy as the Mackie. So that's just a thing. It's not necessarily an issue. Okay, just scroll my notes. Now, the size of these are quite similar, but I do find that the Mackie is a better fit for my ears. So once again, that's a personal thing, and anybody else is going to be different, and they could find the Simgot is better for their ears. So they can't possibly make in-ear monitors that are just going to be suitable for everyone off the shelf. So you do have to really find a pair that suits you. So where are we? Okay, that's the fit of the body of the Simgot. Now, the other thing that we have here would be the ear tips, the earbud tips, or ear tips, as I'm going to try and call them in future. This is not quite as I received this item, I'm just going to have to tell you. But as I received it, it comes with 3 different sizes of ear tip. And I tried all 3 sizes and the fit into my ear canal. It was poor. So all 3 earbud tips, but I'm going to come on to this in a moment. So as they were, with the best of the three pairs of ear tips, the bass was very poor, and this is because of the fit. You've got to get a good fit to get good bass, and obviously you do want bass, particularly drummers apparently. I've never played the drums myself. Apparently drummers do like to have that bass in their earpieces so they can get a good sync with the rest of the band, or the rest of the band get a good sync with them. So not even poking my fingers like that into them, I still couldn't get a good fit into my ears. Obviously you wouldn't use them like that, but I was thinking that, if I just find out where the best fit position is going to be, but I just couldn't find it, so it just wasn't there, so I wasn't getting any bass. Well, the bass wasn't adequate, it wasn't anywhere near adequate. And the other aspect of the frequency response, now, someone once used this phrase to me, I didn't invent it, and he said, I can't remember what he was describing, but he said, it sounds like someone's poking you in the ear with a sharp stick. And that phrase has just stuck in my mind. There is a certain kind of sound texture that is just like that. You can have loud. There's such a thing as loud, and it's like loud and it's full and it's rattling your ribcage and stuff like that. Or you can have loud, but it's poking you in the ear with a sharp stick. That's what these Simgot in-ear I just touched the microphone. That's what these Simgot in-ear monitors sounded like. In fact, they sounded dreadful. I was really disappointed with it, and I don't like to do bad reviews, and normally it doesn't happen very often. It's really very rare. I'd rather just send it back and say, no, I can't review it. So I was thinking, well, I've wasted some time here, but at least I've found something out. So it didn't compare at all to the Mackie in quality. Having said that, even though it wasn't a good fit, the risk of fallout didn't seem to be too bad, so I was trying to shake my head about in various ways without giving myself a headache. But that was okay. That was still okay. The exclusion of outside sounds, as I said, it's not relevant to me, but if I could have gotten a good fit, it would have been okay, I felt. So if your ears are the right shape for these in-ear monitors, I think you will get a good exclusion of outside sound. So I thought about this. What am I going to do? Am I going to send them back? Am I going to give a bad review on YouTube? No, I don't like doing that. That's just spreading doom and gloom around the world. But then it just came to me. Had another little edit there, bit of a cough once again. It just came to me. I bet these earbuds are pretty much standardised now, and any set of ear tips will fit any set of earbuds. I don't know whether that's completely true or even halfway true, but I thought there's a good chance. So I took my Mackie in-ear monitors, removed the ear tips, and put them on the Simgot in-ear monitors. I tell you, the difference was chalk and cheese, absolutely chalk and cheese. It was just a total difference. So where they'd just been inadequate before, they were, I'm going to say, perfect for my needs. And I'm sure custom in-ear monitors will be a little bit better. But these were good. They were good. So they had a good bass, and they had a balanced frequency response, and there was absolutely no poking in the ear. They were loud enough, and I tried turning the volume up to a point where it was really too loud for me, and there was no distortion or bottoming out or anything like that, even in the bass notes, bass drums, whatever. And the comfort was good. Once I'd got the right ear tips, the comfort was good. I wouldn't say that I forgot that I was wearing them, like with the over-the-ear earbuds that I reviewed the other week. I wouldn't forget I'm wearing them, but they are perfectly comfortable. To the point where I'm saying that quite often when I go to London, I go on the Oxford Tube coach, and the journey is about an hour, so an hour there, an hour back. And I'll take my headphones with me, which are really quite large, and they go really over the top like that. And they are a very good listening experience. But they're big and bulky, and sometimes I've got other stuff I want to take, so I take my Mackie in-ear monitors instead. But really I'm compromising because the sound quality is not as good as my normal headphones, and there's a certain level of discomfort involved. So before I go out, it's really a choice. Do I have good sound or not the best sound with not the best comfort? But I'm going to say that with the Simgot in-ear monitors, I don't think I'll be taking my headphones again. We'll see. I mean, the proof of this will be in actual doing it. But I think that these are good enough in sound quality for enjoyment, and comfortable enough that I don't have to worry about that, and it will be altogether fine. I was going to tell you something about the price of these, wasn't I? Or was I? Yeah, it's in my notes, but I skipped over it. So where I said the Mackie, today on Amazon, they're 179 Great British pounds, and quite often the price in dollars is numerically the same as the price in pounds, even though the value is less. On the Linsole website, where they're selling these Simgot in-ear monitors, they've got the price $109.99 USD, $109.99 USD. So that's quite a difference in price, and I consider that I'm getting a better performance. So, the importance of the ear tips. This is something that I'm going to investigate further, and if there's any manufacturer or distributor of ear tips out there that wants to send me some samples, I will definitely test them. I will definitely report on them in my YouTube channel in a MANCAVE review. And obviously it's going to be personal to me, but I think a lot of people will be interested in this. It makes me wonder whether it's possible to have audiophile ear tips and pay $1,000 for them. You know, that wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, one more test. If you've been watching my channel, you'll have noticed that I did... it was a review of a currently popular single, which I think sounds dreadful. And it's Olivia Rodrigo and her song Vampire, which I stressed at the beginning of the review. I said that I like the song. I think it's quite a clever song, and if I'd written this song myself, I would be very happy with it, and I'd be very happy with the royalties as well. But as I said, the sound quality towards the end was dreadful, basically because they just made it too loud. And it was just into extreme distortion. So listening on my headphones, which I'm going to tell you, they are good quality headphones, it was unpleasant. It was just very, very, very unpleasant. And I'm thinking, why do people listen like this? But I tried what I like to call the vampire test, because the song's called Vampire. So I'm applying the vampire test to the Simgot in-ear monitors. I'm going to say it didn't sound too bad. I'm not going to go so far as to say that it sounded good. The distortion was still obvious, but it really wasn't unpleasant. I don't know. So I enjoyed that experience. Overall, including Vampire, I enjoyed the experience so much. I went on to listen to the whole of the UK top 10. That's setting myself a challenge, isn't it, at my age? And I really did enjoy just sitting, tapping something out at my computer, browsing my emails and stuff like that, and listening to the UK top 10 on the Simgot. The Simgot. I'm just trying to put the model name in. The Simgot Audio EM6L. And I set myself the task of listening to the top 10, but I didn't stop there. I listened to about the 15 or 16, and then it was lunchtime, so that's why I stopped. But really, I was enjoying listening to it. So I'm going to say, this is my review, that what I can say about the Mackie MP240 is that model of in-ear monitor, it does the job. If you buy that model, it will do the job, and I believe that you will be content with it. That's what I feel. I'm content with it. I'd have no reason to spend any more money to try any different in-ear monitors. But having tried the Simgot EM6L, I find that they're better. They're better in sound quality. They're better in sound quality. Nearly forgot. Senior moment. They're better in sound quality, and they're better in comfort, with my favourite ear tips, which are the Mackie ear tips. So I've got myself a pair of in-ear monitors, which are a bit of a hybrid between one brand and another brand, but they are comfortable, they sound good, and on my next project, which I'm not going to tell you about, because you won't like it, I am going to use them, and maybe I'll come back and tell you what I found after I'd used them on an actual project. So, you might have questions for me, so I might come back and make another video, another MANCAVE video, answering some of your questions. So whatever you'd like to ask me about these particular in-ear monitors, concentrating on the monitors and not particularly on what I do with them, then just ask away and I'll try and fit it into another video. So that's it. The Simgot Audio EM6L. I like it. See you soon.